golden light of dawn, the Nile still whispers the name of a queen, Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, a woman whose story became legend, part history, part myth, and entirely unforgettable.
When Cleopatra was born in 69 BC, Egypt was a shadow of its former glory. Once the mightiest civilization on earth, it now stood under the shadow of Rome. Her family, the Ptolemies, were Greek rulers who had taken the throne after Alexander the Great. For generations they ruled Egypt, but they never truly were Egyptian. Cleopatra would change that. Unlike her ancestors, Cleopatra learned the Egyptian language. She studied science, politics, and philosophy. She spoke 9 languages, and she understood something her rivals did not. Power was not inherited, it was earned. At just 18 years old, Cleopatra became co-ruler with her brother, Ptolemy XIII. But the court was a nest of snakes. Within a year, she was forced into exile, betrayed by her own advisors. Egypt was collapsing. And then Rome arrived. Julius Caesar came to Egypt to settle a civil war. But Cleopatra saw more than a soldier. She saw opportunity. In one of history's boldest moves, she had herself smuggled into Caesar's palace, rolled up inside a carpet. When that carpet opened, history changed. Caesar was captivated, not just by her beauty, but by her intelligence, her confidence, her fire. Together, they defeated her brother's army. Cleopatra reclaimed her throne and gave birth to Caesar's son, Caesarion. But in Rome, the news of this Egyptian queen stirred fear. To the Romans, Cleopatra was a witch, a temptress who had ensnared their greatest general. To Caesar, she was a symbol of power and perhaps destiny.
When Caesar was murdered, Cleopatra's world shattered. She returned to Egypt alone with her child. But she was not finished. From the ashes of Rome's chaos rose 2 men, Octavian and Mark Antony. Cleopatra would choose one of them, and with that choice, seal her fate. When Cleopatra sailed to meet Mark Antony, her ship was a floating temple. Gold sails, silver oars, the scent of perfume filled the air. Antony, a soldier hardened by war, was disarmed by spectacle. Their alliance became romance. Their romance became legend. Together they dreamed of a new empire, East against West. But Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, would not allow it. At Actium, the Roman navy crushed Antony and Cleopatra's fleet. Their empire crumbled. Their story became tragedy. Defeated, Antony fell on his sword. Cleopatra locked herself in her tomb, surrounded by treasure, the last queen of a dying world. And then, the legend. A serpent, a bite, death by poison. Or so the story goes.
Cleopatra was just 39 years old. With her death, Egypt fell to Rome. The age of pharaohs ended forever. But her spirit endures, in art, in myth, in memory. She defied empires, outsmarted generals, and ruled a world that feared her.
Cleopatra, the woman who made history bow to her name. History remembers her as a seductress, but perhaps she was simply the smartest person in the room.
The story doesn't end here. Every shadow of the past hides a secret still waiting to be revealed. Subscribe and join us as we uncover more legends where truth and myth become one. Don't miss the next mystery of the ancient world.